Program is a live presentation produced by a member of the community. The views expressed and concepts advanced are solely those of the producer and do not necessarily represent the views of West Hollywood Public Access, the City of West Hollywood, or any of their employees. For more information about public access programming in the City of West Hollywood, please call 323-848-6522.
LeeHale, working with Dean Martin, Liberace, all those great stars. You're from actually state of Washington.
Tacoma, Washington, right.
And you had a group. What was your very first? You were the Sunnysiders and the Manhattans, you were?
Yeah, well, that's where I went to New York after I graduated from college. And my first job was with Lily St. Cyr. Remember her?
Lily St. Cyr, the dancer.
The stripper.
The stripper. She was at Cyril's. Didn't she work Cyril's?
Yes, she did. Many places, but I was with her at the Beachcomber in Miami.
In Miami.
My first job.
Beautiful lady. What kind of lady was she?
Oh, terrific. However, she wanted to be different. She wanted to be classy. So in this particular occasion, she started the show completely nude and put her clothes on.
Oh, did she really? That's interesting.
Yeah. She got booed the first night, so the next night she changed it.
She changed it around. Tell me about the Manhattans. That was a group.
Yes, we went all over the country. We played the Palace 4 times.
Really? The Palace?
The Palace.
Yes. And tell me about, you had a radio show, did you?
I was a disc jockey in Tacoma, Washington.
Is that where it all began?
Yeah.
I see. That's exactly what I meant. But you came to Hollywood when?
In '65, when the Dean Martin show started.
So you actually got right into the Dean Martin show. How did you meet Dean Martin?
How did I meet him? Well, I was introduced to him in one of his many
They wanted you to be the producer of the musical show.
They wanted me to produce all the music. I put together all the music on the show, including everything he did with the guests. I did all the production numbers, and of course because he never showed up, I was Dean Martin for the whole week.
He never showed up for the rehearsals,
No, just the day of the show.
The day of the show was on a Sunday?
Sunday. He showed up at 1 o'clock. We had a little short rehearsal with the orchestra, and then he watched me do the show in his dressing room, and he'd come out and do it.
And never drank on the show.
No.
That's all just
He said NBC would never hire a drunk to do this show.
I see. So he really never drank, though.
No, apple juice.
Was it apple juice?
Tested it a couple of times.
Tell me something. He was the funniest guy alive.
Right.
When he made the Dean Martin show, I mean, when he did the Dean Martin show, then people realized Jerry Lewis wasn't that funny.
No.
Dean Martin was funny.
At any time.
Yeah. Am I
Always
right?
funny, absolutely.
Who invented these coming down? Is that your idea?
Well, we all thought about that. That would be fun to come down the pole. And there was one year we had 2 poles, so one of the guests, had Ginger Rogers went down the pole.
Did she come down?
Yeah.
Ginger.
Everybody but Kate Smith.
Kate Smith, tell me how she wouldn't come down.
No.
Well, she was pretty big. Tell me, he had all the greatest guests.
Oh, it's incredible. Jimmy Stewart, Orson Welles, did many shows.
Orson Welles.
Yeah.
How funny can you get with Orson Welles?
Well, he loved doing all that funny stuff. In fact, I talked him into doing a musical number because he had been to Brazil to get all the music, and when he was doing Citizen Kane, they threw him out of the country. And he did a documentary there about the music of Brazil. So I said, you must know something. He said, yeah, I knew the bossa nova and all that. I said, let's do a number. So he did it.
Did you ever say to, what was your favorite, Dean? Who was your favorite guest? Did he have a favorite guest, or was
he liked everybody? I don't think, of course, Frank, because it was his
Frank
friend.
Sinatra. yeah.
And he did the show many times, too.
Many, many times,
Yeah.
right? Judy Garland.
Never.
Judy Garland never?
No, no.
Now, why do I think, because I know you worked with
Yeah.
Judy, but why do I think Judy did the Dean Martin show?
Well, they did a special. It was a Judy
Is that what it is?
special.
That's right, the Judy Garland special.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with Frank Sinatra.
Right, right, right.
And that special was the reason she got the weekly show, Judy,
I see.
because he was so
Now,
very nice.
the girls, tell me about the Gold Diggers.
The Gold
Those are your
Diggers.
idea.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell me about the Gold Diggers.
Well, they were on the show, of course, Dean Martin show. They were with Bob Hope in Vietnam every time he went to the Christmas shows in Vietnam. And I used to write material for Bob and the girls, and whenever they were on.
Was
the
it
Dean
difficult
Martin.
for write for Bob?
Oh,
Or-
no, no,
No?
no, no. No, he was great.
Where do you get your ideas? Do you,
I don't know, they sort of come out of here.
you don't look like you would, because I know you've been in the business a long time.
Yeah.
You are in your 80s, and you
Yeah.
are, God, I'm looking at you. You look wonderful.
Oh, thank you very much.
What's your secret, first of all?
Good genes, I guess.
God, I'm telling you. Now, you're doing the Gypsy, you've been with the Gypsy Awards. They're honoring this year Florence Henderson
Yes,
and Annette Fabre.
Right.
And it's going to be at the
Beverly Hilton,
Beverly Hilton Hotel,
March 4th.
March 4th. Tell me
Sunday
about it.
afternoon.
It's a Sunday afternoon.
Yes, it's a
Good.
luncheon.
Luncheon. You got a lot of people coming.
Oh, yes.
And how do people get tickets when they want to come to
Well, they
this?
call our office, which is
got a number?
Yeah, 278-5222.
Okay. Say that again.
278-5222.
And you can get tickets for
Yeah.
that luncheon, and
Yes.
there'll be stars.
Better
Name
hurry,
some of the
because-
stars are going to be there that
Well, Sid Caesar and Carl Reiner.
How is Sid Caesar doing?
Well,
He's doing okay.
I think so, yes.
He gets around. Well, I have a poster of him doing a show in New York, the playbill. I got to have him sign it.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For Little Me, what was it, Little Me?
Yeah, little
think
me.
so, yeah.
And I'm going to bring it
Great.
because I saw him at the Hamburger Hamlet one day, and I said, Sid, I'm going to get it because I'm coming to with Mamie Van Dorn that afternoon.
yeah.
I'm
Great.
bringing Mamie, so I'm going to get that. I hope Sid's there that day. He'll be there. Who else? is coming?
Judge Judy.
Judge Judy. I'm not interested in Judge Judy now.
But
Come
she's
on,
a good friend
Billy.
of Florence Henderson.
Okay, Florence Henderson, I love.
Isn't she great?
Yeah.
And of course, Mitzi Gaynor.
Mitzi, she's a funny lady. Mitzi
She's our
Gaynor.
president, you know.
She's your president of the Gypsy Award?
Yes.
She just lost her husband.
Yeah.
And he was a sweet, sweet man,
Yes.
wasn't he?
Yes, we didn't all know him as well as we should have because I
He was
know
very
did it.
low key, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah.
I really liked him. I
And
thought he
totally
was,
responsible for her career.
yeah, he was a manager.
Yes, right,
Manager for ever since she was a little girl.
right.
You know, South Pacific. You know,
Yeah.
she is such a great, funny lady.
Isn't she?
And she loves to get risque,
I thought she
telling
should-
jokes, risque jokes, ladies and gentlemen.
I thought she should have her own talk show.
She should.
Yeah.
She should. She certainly should. She's absolutely wonderful. You brought a clip of the opening.
I do, every year I do an overture, a little short overture.
It's an overture.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so.
Can we show it?
Sure.
This is going to be this year?
Yes.
The overture? Okay. Let's see it, okay? The overture. You just show a clip of Best Foot Forward with June Ellison.
That's right.
And I was in that at MGM when I first came to Hollywood. I was a child actor, you know.
Oh.
And I came here and I did a movie with Jane Powell called Song of the Open Road.
Yeah, her first.
Very first.
Yeah.
She came from your area, Portland.
Portland, right.
Yeah, and I love June. I think Jane is living in New York now.
Yes, she is.
Did you honor her yet?
Yes, we did, 2 years ago.
2 years ago. I was there, of course. I remember that.
Her
She
husband-
came with her husband,
Dickie Moore.
Dickie Moore.
Right.
Does he look different?
Yeah,
What does he do nowadays?
I don't know. I'll have to find out.
You don't know.
No, I don't.
But Jane's performing still.
Yes,
She still
she's in the
sings.
Sondheim show.
Yeah, she was just on the Sondheim with Mimi Hines, right? Last week.
Follies.
Follies, yeah,
Right.
yeah. Tell me, I want to know about the entertainer. You did that, Carol Burnett.
The Entertainers. yes,
Entertainer, the Carol
19
Burnett show.
Right.
Oh,
It
go
was
ahead.
just before she and I went to California. In New York, we were doing The Entertainers with Bob Newhart, Dom DeLuise, Ruth Buzzy, John Davidson. Big show.
What is happening to this wonderful young singer, John Davidson?
Don't know.
No, where is he?
Disappeared, yeah.
He just, after that fire
Yeah,
in Kentucky,
yeah,
it just, something happened, I don't know.
yeah.
It is strange.
What the-
The Roland and Martin show, you've done NBC 50th anniversary show.
It was a 4.5-hour show. It was,
What do you mean by 4.5 hours? Good God.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then we did 2 more the next year. No, it was a 4.5-hour show about NBC's radio and television history. I produced that with Greg Garrison.
Greg Garrison, I interviewed him. He has a book out too. Now, your book is Backstage at the Dean Martin Show. And this book is really a good book, I must tell you. Look at all these people. What great reviews you got too. Tell me about the book. Where do we get it?
Well, you can get it on the website at deanmartinfancenter.com.
Uh-huh.
Dean Martin Center. Dean Martin Fan Center. And also at bookstores, I guess, they still have
The
it.
bookstores, of course. Look at this. Look at Liberace and the roast. Tell me about the roast of Dean Martin's roast.
After we did the variety show, we went into a series of roasts.
Was that your idea, the roast?
It was actually Greg's idea.
Oh, Greg, okay.
But
go
I
ahead.
edited them all.
Yeah, go ahead.
I did all the editing on those shows.
Uh-huh.
And so I was an associate producer on those.
Right,
shows,
right,
which
right.
are now available in DVDs.
They're very funny stuff.
Yeah.
And-
all clean.
And clean?
Yeah.
You mean you cleaned it up? No, the
No,
roast,
no.
come on, the roast was not cleaned, was
No,
it?
There was no dirty words. It was a
There
clean
wasn't?
show. No. No.
Really?
It was on television. It had to be clean.
Oh, okay. I thought, well, usually the roast at the Friars Clubs are
That's right.
real blue.
Well, not these.
Oh, okay. Dean Martin and Phyllis Diller was good friends, weren't
Oh,
they?
yeah, always. He loved her.
He loved her. huh?
Yeah.
I used to see him a lot at La Famille,
Yeah.
the restaurant on Cannon,
Not there anymore.
next to the E Little Club where I used to work. Joan Rivers and I worked there. I used to do I started my showcase there. When I first came to town from Vietnam. I was there on Sunday nights and Monday nights, and Joan was there Friday, Saturday. Remember Joan Rivers' workshop, she called it at that time. And that's where it all began with Skippy Lowe staying here. And I should have went back to New York. I don't know where I've been, but I
Well-known
love New
patron of the
York.
arts.
Pardon me?
You're a well-known patron of the arts.
I know that, but I love New York. Don't you?
Oh, yeah, especially when I was there in the 40s and 50s and 60s.
When we're young, wasn't
Yeah,
it great?
yes, right.
Even if it's old, it's still good, ladies and gentlemen. Believe me, I love it there. I miss it. It's something about the heartbeat of Manhattan. It's just the theater. We have good theater here, though.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
getting better. Tell me about the award show now. Who put that together? The Gypsy. It's Joni
Barry.
Joni Barry.
And Mitzi Gaynor, who's our president.
Right.
Bob Sidney, who's the
I
choreographer.
love Bob Sidney. What happened to him? Is he okay?
Well, we hope so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll be there, of course. And every year I do a little legend salute to some legend. This year it's going to be Judy Garland.
Right.
And we hope to have one of her children there to introduce it.
Lorna,
We don't know yet.
you don't think it's Liza to come? Maybe she will. I don't know.
Who knows?
Liza's so difficult, though. You know, Lorna's sweet.
She is.
You know, Liza's sweet too, great talent. But Lorna is easy, no complication.
Yeah,
Am I right?
absolutely.
I love Lorna. You brought another clip. This is a clip that.
Last year's legend, like Judy Garland's going to be this year. Last year with Gene
So
Kelly.
this year is going to be Judy Garland, the Legends.
right.
So ladies and gentlemen, let
Last
me
year.
tell you, get your tickets, because if you love Judy Garland, there's going to be a big, big thing at this luncheon.
Yeah.
It's at 11 o'clock,
11
and it's
o'clock.
reasonable. You're going to have a good luncheon, and you bring your autograph, pictures, and everything of beautiful stars, all the old stars where I'm into, you know.
Want the number again?
Yes, give me the number again. They can call.
310-278-52.
522. That's good. Okay, let's show this clip
It's
of
Gene Kelly, last year's.
This is
legend.
Gene Kelly of last year. You put this clip
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
Okay, let's see it. Okay.
Gene Kelly was already a college freshman when he turned to his younger brother Fred for help. It was 1929, and the stock market crash had left their father unemployed. The boys, along with their 3 siblings, had already had years of dance training courtesy of their mother, who was determined to expose them to the arts in their Pittsburgh neighborhood. By high school, Gene had gained confidence as a performer, but insecure about his small stature, he compensated by becoming a fierce sportsman. The lifelong combination of athletic dynamo and ruthless competitor was now firmly established.
Our studio came to be visited by many professional acts who came through town, and I became sort of an act doctor. You know, they'd say, "Can you give me a stronger finish for my act?" Or, "Why is the act sagging in the middle?" And I got tremendous experience in doctoring acts, or even staging whole new acts. And in doing this, I had enough confidence to think I could go to New York and get a job as a choreographer.
Kelly auditioned for a new musical based on John O'Hara's Pal Joey stories. He sang and danced to little response from composer Richard Rodgers and director George Abbott. It was O'Hara who saw his callous character spring to life and called out, "That's it, take him." Pal Joey opened on Christmas Day, 1940. In less than 2 years, Kelly had gone from small-town dance teacher to Broadway star.
Arthur, who was probably the greatest producer of musicals of all time, wanted him for a musical he was doing called For Me and My Gal with Judy Garland.
For his film debut, Kelly was directed by the legendary Busby Berkeley, who had revolutionized the movie musical a generation before. MGM kept Kelly busy in dramatic roles as well, but his true breakthrough came when Louis B. Mayer loaned him to Columbia Studios for CoverGirl.
I had a struggle in myself. Should I leave the girl alone, or should I let her marry the rich guy? How would she be happier? And I said, well, why can't I do that by dancing with my alter ego?
Now a full-fledged movie star, Kelly teamed with another new sensation, Frank Sinatra, in Anchors Away. principal photography complete, Kelly enlisted in the Navy, leaving Donnan to finish post-production on the film's highlight, an 8-minute sequence that combined live action with animation and broke new ground yet again.
Physical. In fact, my husband says that he could always tell who I'd been working with when I came home at night, because if I didn't have a mark, it was Fred Astaire. And if I was black and blue, it was Gene Kelly.
We got a station wagon and hid the camera. We had to, because Sinatra was so well known that the kids, you know, they would have torn him apart. It's still my favorite film. It's not the one that made the most money. It's not the best loved one. They knew that we were changing the whole look of the film musical.
It's a wonderful time!
Gene was really creating something quite new in musicals. He was making musicals that came right out of the story. In his own right, I think he was revolutionary.
Back the traces. We're gonna do the places we've never done before.
An American in Paris won 6 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, as well as an honorary Oscar for Kelly.
I had always wanted to use the painting of Chocolat, the black dancer in the Toulouse-Lautrec painting.
When we were doing the number Good Morning, he'd shoot the scene where we went over the couch 40 times. He wouldn't stop, and then you'd just dance, 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 dance. So I was in tears a lot. He worked me hard, but he taught me so well that I'm still in the business 52 years later because of his teachings.
When he lifts you, he holds you and moves you in ways that you're like 25 pounds. No, 10 pounds.
Legacy he left us, his understanding and promotion of modern dancing, normal people, everyday people, the way they express themselves through dancing. He's the one who brought this to film.
We all thought we were trying to create some kind of magic and joy. And you know, that's what you do up there. you dance love, and you dance joy, and you dance dreams.
Wonderful. That is such a great clip. I remember that clip a couple years ago.
Last year. Actually,
yeah. Was it last year?
Yeah.
It was a wonderful clip. Matter of fact, I want to ask you, his favorite dancer, female dancer of all, you say to me before, it was Rita Hayworth.
Yes, and Fred Astaire's favorite too.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think because she was such a great dancer herself, and they followed them very well, you know.
Yeah, she comes from the dancing family.
Yeah.
Yeah, before she was ever in films. So, I cannot believe Frank Sinatra. When I saw the clip of Frank Sinatra at the Dancing with Gene, that was his never danced before. Gene must have taught him.
Taught him everything, yeah. And right from scratch, I think that particular number went over 40 tapes, you know, 40 attempts.
To get it right.
To get it right, because Frank kept insisting it be right, you know. Because Frank's famous for doing things once, but that particular thing he wanted.
He did once. He liked to just get it over with and do it.
So did Dean.
Dean too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the Italian thing in him. Donald O'Connor, I just loved him because I went to school at HPS when I was a kid in Hollywood. And Donald was there, and Peggy Ryan was there. And there was a studio down the street called Falcon's Dancing School. Do you remember that?
I do, yes.
You do?
Yeah.
It was a fencing school.
Oh, I remember.
It was fencing and dancing.
And dancing, right.
Yeah. They did a lot of dancing there. I remember that.
Well, fencing is sort of dancing, isn't it?
Yeah. I studied tap for a while there.
Yeah.
That's what I did it. Looking back, tell me something. Looking back, been in Hollywood a long time, Lee.
Yeah, I have.
Any
Since
memories, great memories, but any regrets at all?
No. It was a wonderful time. You know, I worked with, I think, the two best TV performers, Carol Burnett and Dean Martin. To me, the very best.
They are the very best, yeah.
So I was lucky.
What did you learn from him?
From him, well, I learned a lot that you have to be yourself, because what you saw on the screen was Dean Martin as he usually is, you know, funny man. Excuse me, funny man.
And Carol grew up here in Hollywood. Yeah. She grew up right here in Hollywood Boulevard.
Hollywood High she went to.
Yes, and she went to, worked in the theater as an usher. Yeah. She grew up, and look at the talent.
Yeah.
What great talent she had.
Carol liked to rehearse, but she's the sweetest lady still, you know. Never gave me any problems, neither did Dean. So it was an easy life.
Hale, I must say, the Gypsy Awards, I want to do it one more time so they know the number for it's March the 3rd, right?
Yeah.
Or 4th?